Isolation.
Oh man.
Speaking of horror,
I
we got 3 alien tables up on pinball effects. Let me just make sure that everything works the way.
Alien's awesome. I'll.
Yes, it's working right off the bat. Perfect.
I feel like Alien is one of those movies. If you haven't seen, I don't care how old you are. Of like, if you haven't seen Alien, you have to see it. Of like, you have to experience it. Well, I feel the same way about The Shining. I don't care who you are. You need to see this film.
Transit's arranged.
Oh, come on, get up there.
We might be in trouble.
It only hit it for such a short time, so I don't know if those back solenoids hit or not. All right, one more. If I fill that up one more time, it'll jackpot it. What's the score I have on Alien Isolation?
I'm looking that up right now.
It's not safe here.
Pinball Effects, the company
Great.
that makes it came out with a new one, but you have to rebuy all these old
Transit's
tables.
arranged.
So if you want to just get Pinball Effects and all the tables, it's like $350. Oh, there it is. I'm fighting one.
All right, so you got 12,519,800.
Ripley,
So
are you okay?
I got multi-ball.
you
Sleep
got to beat
well.
12 million.
Ripley, slow down.
Eat this. Now we're talking.
And if you were to play Pinball
We
Effects,
are on
you
our
wouldn't
way.
have all this
Transit's
extra
arranged.
lighting and all that
Maybe you can
stuff that's
find something
exclusive
useful
to
in there.
virtual pinball cabs. So it kind of makes it. That's what I
Just
like. Is
keep
that
moving.
that's what I was trying to fix. You know what I'm saying? I wanted that. I wanted, if we're gonna play it, I want it to be virtual Kimbat style,
Kimbat.
guys.
That's a shout out.
Sleep
Yeah, but
well.
maybe I was talking about Kim Kardashian. See, I call him Kardashian instead of Kardashians.
Kardashians.
Yeah, because I think that would be a funny like SNL skit. Has anybody on chat played the Alien Isolation game? I played a little bit of it. I just never got back into it. It was cool. It was too stealthy. I'm not good at stealth
Sleep
games.
well. I have to hurry.
I do, but I'm... Got it. So we have the trifecta of tables to play. We got of Alien. I got Cabinet Award. What am I getting?
Transit's arranged.
Just keep moving.
Health refill. Oh
Much
crap,
better.
I didn't realize I had to pay attention to that. Looks beautiful in 4K. But at some point, once they get the DOF figured out, which is basically all that
Something
stuff.
is lurking in those shadows, Ripley.
Everything's working
Be
out.
careful.
So once they get all that
have
stuff
time
figured
for
out,
this.
we will get the new pinball effects just so we can play like Kong, Borderlands, like Homeworld, like all the tables that are exclusive to the new format.
Play nice.
I can't see it through the monitor. It's gone, Ripley. Watch out for hostile activity. Enemies approaching your position.
Oh, got him!
Well.
Got him.
They're on screen. Okay, they're right there. Hit them on the way down. Nope. Yeah, I can't hit them because I was hitting them by accident. There's one. Got the other one. All right, here's the next guy. Got him. Get up it. All right, going for that guy. Ah, not far enough. Oh, these guys require more than one hit.
I have to hurry.
I'm trying.
Sleep
There it is.
well.
That guy's done. I just got one more on the far right. All right, I got to go at the very edge. Oh! Oh, come on! He's gone.
Yeah, Hollywood said that very good stream, guys.
Great.
We appreciate
Great.
it.
Yeah, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, Hollywood. Oh my god, I'm playing in weird hacking mode. This is awesome. Oh, I
Too
failed.
hard to crack.
That's the type of cool stuff that I like about Pinball Fest.
Sevastopol's a supply depot. in
Like the
region.
Alien vs. Predator has that mode where it flips everything upside down.
I don't know if it'll be a clippable moment, but
What
I have
that
to
moment
hurry.
was.
yeah, that one for sure. But the RoboCop one where I got 2 multi-balls in one game. Because I think it was too spread out for, for a full, like...
That doesn't matter. I can edit it however I want.
Oh, sure.
Like I can take.
Nice.
Because I got 2 multi-balls off of that. That was one of the reasons why I got such a good score is... I swear, multi-ball... I got shafted a couple times, got a small score.
What is my current score? I haven't seen it. I'm spelling out a lot of stuff. That's something.
I feel like I ask this question every stream, but chat,
Maybe you can find
what is your
something
favorite
useful.
horror movie? And if you can, give me some reasons why. That's
I know
your-
Hollywood's gonna be The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yeah, but why The Thing? Why John Carpenter's The Thing?
I don't know.
come to
I
you.
think he liked the kind of paranoia of it, which was totally 80s.
Oh yeah.
Cold War.
Oh, that movie also provides a lot of claustrophobia of you feel like you're trapped.
Stay
It feels
focused.
Oh, I
you're
saw another ball.
isolated. That's a comic book series that I've read through and I haven't talked a lot about.
What?
30 Days of Night.
Oh yeah. But they
I
made a crappy movie with Josh Hartnett. It
What's
wasn't a very good
happening out
movie.
there?
I thought the movie was okay. I'm a big
Compared to
horror
the
fan.
source material,
Something just
Considered,
close
yeah,
enough.
of it's trash in comparison.
Yeah.
But look, as horror films go, of most horror films are not good movies. They're just not good movies. They're bad movies. And it's I've seen Llamageddon, which seems like it's a slightly upgraded college project. Because it's just llamas with, they went in and colored their eyes in
We might be in trouble.
post,
Enemies
and they just
approaching your
colored the
position.
llama's eyes
Eat
red.
this.
And then they had this punching scene where they obviously took 2 sticks to look like fucking llama legs, and they pummeled this guy to death done super cheaply. But all things considered, it's funny. It's I like bad movies.
Great.
I love trauma films, alright? If you know anything about trauma films, there's not a good one out there. They're all bad. Some are way worse than others and if you don't know what I'm talking about, chat, oh yeah, The Thing? Yeah, Hollywood. He said, so what's the reason why The Thing is your favorite horror film?
I think it's actually one of the only besides The Shining. He doesn't like
Hurry.
horror movies in general. Any gore or anything like that. He's not he'll like it like an action movie. If it's Arnold Schwarzenegger ripping somebody's guts apart, my dad's fine with it. But if it's like a weird monster or something, he's just not into it.
Okay.
But he's into
try
The
this
Thing
again.
though, because they have that, right? I mean, there's literally the dog turning into the alien
right.
and splitting apart. So I always wondered, because I've asked him before, what other horror movies you like? He's like, I don't really like horror movies. I'm like, And he's like, well, there's always going to be exception. I'm sure there's because there's probably some musical out there that I would think is awesome. even though I don't like music.
Alien is awesome. Alien is, that's legendary. I mean, Alien is a legendary series. There's very few sci-fi horror movies that even come close to Alien. And I've seen a lot of it.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens is a superior movie in the fact that it was horror and action. It's James Cameron, man, what about his sequels? Terminator 2,
Yeah.
Aliens. He just came into that franchise. And it's not taking away from Ridley Scott, but to make a sequel that's in a different genre but still have the same continuity is not easy.
No.
He decided not to go
Ripley?
straight horror.
Are you
And that's
okay?
what made Ripley into the badass Ripley, right?
Right.
Compared to the first one. So like, it's not necessarily a horror movie per se in the same way that the first one is.
Just keep moving.
But there are some scary moments, like pop-outs and stuff.
Sure. Jump scares.
Jesus Christ, come on. That was a nice little pass.
I also watched Megan on Amazon Prime.
Meg?
Megan.
Oh yeah, I did. I watched that.
That's kind of in the sci-fi horror kind of almost vein of like
With the
AI
doll?
takes off.
Yeah, it was like a different kind of. It was. You would thought it was gonna be just like child's play, but it wasn't.
No, of like it's in a different premise of like, is it a doll that kind of goes psychopath on on things? Sure, but it's not like it's magical or if like there's like some hellish possession or something like that. There's nothing like that. It's AI that goes rogue, and that's actually a possibility. Of like as we go into as we advance in AI, we don't know how that shit's gonna work out.
I mean, we don't. But here's the thing, people. It's not gonna be your kids, your grandkids, or your great-grandkids' problem. So really, why should we, unless we're actually the ones in charge of creating the AI, those people are the ones that need to think about the future.
Yeah.
But everyday people, we're not going to be alive, and neither are anybody close to us or direct descendants.
Well, it's like Chat GPT.
Wow.
Like, there's a lot of people that are worried about developer jobs and whatnot because you're gonna scrub like the lower ranks of programmers, right?
Robots did that with factories a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's part of how things evolve. That's just natural. It sucks, but it creates new jobs.
Is there anyone
Creates new
left
jobs.
on the station?
Generally, more jobs than there was before. More efficient jobs. There's always going to be work. That's
Just
the thing.
keep
It's like
moving.
it's like the no. So Megan does a really good job of like incorporating some of these elements and some of the anxieties that we have around the way we interact with AI and how quickly AI is advancing, or of like the potential. Of
Here's
how quickly
something. Did
AI
you
can
also
advance.
catch that it was also about? It was also a cautionary tale
I have
of
to hurry.
allowing your kids to become too connected to technology
Yeah.
and not human interaction. I
Right.
got a lot from that, and that's true. I see people; their kids are always on their phones. It's iPad time. It's movie time. It's this and that, and they're not going outside doing anything and interacting with
And
their
they
children.
yeah, they need to talk to other kids of like they need
Because that's
to make
literally what
friends.
she's doing it for. She doesn't want to take care
Right.
of
her niece, of
yeah.
like-
in your position.
Her sister just passed away. She takes on this
Laughlin
obligation.
hates that movie. I don't know why. She doesn't really hate anything. She's like, I didn't like that movie at all. I'm like, oh, that's the first time you ever said that out loud. So it must have been something about
I
it.
think that movie was well done. Honestly, I feel like the pacing's good. I feel like the actors, there's nothing that's in
It's
particular.
just generic, like they were fine. Like it's fine for horror. Like
Yeah.
would I expect to want to watch them in like?
It's not gonna win
drama.
any Oscars or anything.
I don't think any of those actors would either.
No.
Even on a different movie.
But it's also horror. Of like, it's one of the reasons why I like horror. Of like, the acting is
Right.
generally not the
I have
greatest.
to hurry.
Of like, I've definitely seen worse.
Sleep well.
But I do gotta say, my favorite. I was asked this by my guitar teacher, and he's like, "What's your favorite? You have to isolate one. What's your most favorite horror franchise?" And I was like, "Ooh, Evil Dead." And he's like, "1 or 2, or Army of Darkness." And I was like, "Oh." And I gotta say, I think Evil Dead 2 is my favorite.
But you're saying as a whole series in general.
Well, as far as the movie franchises is concerned, Evil Dead 2, I think, is the superior. And the reason being
Yeah,
is
but
because
it's mostly retelling of the
Something
first
is
one.
yeah, it is. But they have better production. This time they understood their quirkiness of like in Evil Dead 1, they didn't realize of like how
No, they
funny.
made it for nothing. That's why.
Yeah, but they didn't realize how funny it was going to turn out to be.
Because nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. That's why. It wasn't purposely funny. It was accidentally funny.
But in the second one,
Yeah.
they leaned into it and they made it
Well,
even
that's
better.
why I wouldn't. That's why I would say if I was a scholar. You know, I always be when we're always talking about these, I always have a scholar opinion.
Sure.
I wouldn't consider Evil Dead a horror franchise. It's comedy horror. And if you look at Army of Darkness, there's almost no horror in that
Yeah.
movie. So, like, we talk about the original trilogy. Now, if we do, like, Ash vs. Evil Dead, there's a little bit more horror in there. And if
Just
we
keep
put the
moving.
reboot and then the Evil Dead Rise, if we put all of those, then yes, there is overall a horror in there. But the original trilogy, 2 of them are horror comedies.
Yeah.
So that's what I.
But it's still horror. It's still horror.
Yeah, but I think when you were asking, I thought you meant like just straight up horror.
Oh, okay.
You know, straight up.
But what's your favorite horror?
Boogeyman.
Like, what's your favorite horror franchise? Of like, that's the question. That's the scope. That it can be comedy. That's fine. It can be other things. It could be, you know, it could be horror and action.
Tell me that school.
10,194,000.
Oh, I have more than that. I have 12 million. Screw that.
Yeah, so didn't beat it.
Why the hell did I care?
And now I'm gonna.
My dad said Godzilla.
Is Godzilla, huh? Because it could technically be horror for the time that it was out.
Well, I mean, even like it. I mean, they're monster movies now, MonsterVerse.
But monsters are a part of horror. Like Wolfman, all the original Wolfman, the Mummy, Invisible Man, Dracula.
Oh yeah, Kim just did a Phantasm, the Tall Man. Have you seen Phantasm?
I don't think I have.
Oh, you got to see that series. Like the Tall Man is dope as like a bad guy, but each one kind of has. They're all connected, but you got to press the launch ball. That's the only one. They're all connected, but they're also kind of all in a different genre. So they did like a legacy sequel where like the guy who did play the Tall Man, because the first movie was like 1977 or something.
Phantasm, isn't that where they go into the graveyard and they go into like the house and then they?
And he's got the like silver balls.
Yeah. I have seen that. I have seen that.
But you got to see the sequels if you haven't seen any of the sequels.
I haven't. I've only seen number one.
Yeah, the second one's like almost a straight up action movie. It's almost like Aliens.
Okay.
And then the third one, I can't remember. And then the fourth one was like done like 30 years later. Like the guy who played Tall Man was like 90 something. He died like right after he filmed it. Like he only lived long enough to film that legacy sequel. And it's like trippy. That one's more of like a mind fuck movie.
Nope. Ball save.
What's happening out
All
there,
right.
Ripley? Something is lurking in those shadows, Ripley.
Ripley.
Be careful.
Yeah, so Hollywood also said Alien.
Transits arranged.
I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre as I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I've seen all that there is to see, all of it. Whether I remember all of it or not, that's a different story.
Be more cautious, Ripley.
But that's more in the slasher genre, you know what I mean?
That's still horror.
can't
I'll
see it
give
through the monitor.
slasher.
It's
I'm
gone,
just
Ripley.
saying, if it depends on
absolutely
the.
it's horror.
The whole thing is that I think that some horror comedy does fit, but it depends on what. If Army of Darkness had more
Something
horror
is
in it,
closing
I would
on you.
consider the franchise horror, because it's just that if you talk about just the original trilogy, that's what takes it almost more into complete comedy. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In there. But if it's like a mixture like the first two were, but I'm gonna shoot something right here for our fans. Oops. Hey everybody, this is Mr. Brightside from Quicksave Barcade. We are streaming right now. We got pinball going on right here. Hop on to Twitch, hop on to Kick, and check us out. Come say hello. We'd love to see you.
Ripley, are you okay? We don't have time
Stay
Tiga,
focused.
what is with Tiga?
Just keep moving.
Just keep moving. Good advice. What does that have, a mini meltdown? Jackpot?
Did you hear that?
Sleep well.
Oh, ball save, ball save.
Slow down.
I don't want to slow down, I want to speed it up. I want to get up these ramps. Nope, that was
We
straight
don't
drain.
have time for this.
Yeah, I know, bitch.
Man, I felt like I played forever. Didn't it feel that way?
No, you had a long turn. And I had a very short turn.
Is it already over?
Yeah, I did terrible.
You gotta put your score in there, buddy.
I'll put it as Al Simmons because that's I would say number 2, Spawn.
You gotta put it in there too.
660,000.
As a horror franchise?
Yeah, that's horror.
Well, yeah, but there's only one movie.
No, but there is the HBO series.
The cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if we were counting cartoons. Because I would say that would be more comic. Because there's Venom too. Like the comics are actually really much more horror, but the movies definitely aren't. The newer ones with Tom Hardy.
Newer ones? How many Venom movies have they made? 2?
2.
I don't think I've seen the second one.
There Will Be Carnage. Woody Harrelson's Carnage.
What?
It's not the best. They kind of still squandered a lot. It's so they try to go way too much comedy in it.
I don't think Woody Harrelson would be too good of a Carnage character.
I think he could play menacing and Natural Born Killers. Come on.
Yeah, I think Natural Born Killers is actually a really good movie. And I think Woody Harrelson can play a menacing character.
And here's,
but I just don't think he's good.
Who
for
do you
Carnage.
think wrote the actual first draft screenplay of Natural Born Killers?
I actually don't know this answer.
Well, no, think about it for a second as I'm trying to do something here. I don't know what I'm trying to do, but I'm doing something.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Quentin Tarantino.
Really? That was
so there was
Tarantino
quite a
film?
bit. Yeah, I mean, you can tell there's parts of it, but when Oliver Stone took it over, he changed the script so much, so that's why Tarantino doesn't have writing credit in it.
Okay.
Because Tarantino's like, this is too different. I don't want to be a part of what you're cooking, basically.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so here we are. You still doing stuff? Can I play again?
Yeah, go ahead. You had a crappy turn, so go ahead. I'm just trying to let everybody know we're live here, letting people give us a little kiss if they want.
Well, give us a little smooches, a little soft and gentle. Appreciate it. I like soft and gentle smooches.
Non-welcome committee?
Terrible turn.
Something is closing on you.
All right. Okay, we got up one ramp. Nicked it. All right, we got up the left ramp. Got up the right ramp.
Great!
Like to hear that. We got up the
Watch
right
out
ramp.
for hostile activity.
Got up the right ramp. Let's go. Got up the right ramp. Let's go.
He's got to
Little
get up the
combo.
left.
Left ramp. I got the
Yeah.
left ramp. Oh. Did not make it all the way. It's a jackpot. Nah, kick back. Come on, kick it back to me. Kick it back to me, baby.
Sevastopol's a
Give it
supply
back to me.
depot in the region.
Boom. Boom.
Nice!
I can't see it through the monitor. It's gone, Ripley.
All right, we
I
got
have
to
to
the
hurry.
right ramp. I think we're actually doing better this time around. Chat, I think we're actually getting
Now
there.
we're talking.
Yeah. So I'm starting to hear words of encouragement. Not the disappointing boos.
I mean, I'm still secretly booing you, though.
I mean, I do have quite a few high scores on. I got multi-ball.
Well,
Immediately doing better.
this!
Jackpot achieved.
Sleep well.
We just unlocked an achievement on Instagram. I didn't see what it was, but
What'd we get?
Alright, runner-up for
Is there
Kim
anywhere safe
is
left on the station?
Dawn of the Dead, original or remake. So yeah, I'd
Yeah,
say
that's a good movie. That's a good-ass
The
movie.
Dead, because that's a long trilogy.
Yeah.
Because you have what? Night of the Living Dead. What was the one they did in this mall, which is the best sequel, one of the best sequels ever. Because Day of the Dead was awesome too. That was the
Yeah.
one like
You
they
might
were
be in
underground.
trouble.
Yeah.
Enemies
And then there was
approaching
like Diary of the Dead. There's like a bunch of them. But George Romero directed every single one in that. He wrote and directed all of them. Dawn of the Dead is the one in the. I was like, what's the name of the one in the mall? Duh, Dawn of the Dead. She just posted that.
Oh. Oh.
Sleep well.
Eat this!
See, I really like Pinhead, but my problem is that they continue to make sequels that were unnecessary.
I
But
have to
just the
hurry.
original trilogy of them was really good because, like, the third one had like more action or whatever, and some people didn't like that, but I was fine with it.
So one of my most favorite acid trips that I've ever taken was watching through Hellraiser movies.
Nice.
Of like that when I was 16 and whatnot. Of like that was one of my favorite franchises, but it's changed over time.
Yeah.
Because as a franchise, right? Of like if I'm looking at the totality of what Hellraiser is, there's really not that many good movies in that franchise.
Do you know why that is? So basically, in the late 90s and 2000s and so on, whatever, Lionsgate, whatever it is. So those weren't originally Hellraiser movies. The studio was buying scripts and tacking Pinhead onto the movies. Like there's that one where it's like a murder case or something like that, and you don't
Yeah.
even see Pinhead till the end of the movie.
Right.
Because they were changing the scripts to fit them. That's why.
There was one movie I remember of like, and I think it's like one of the worst ones of like a bunch of college kids or whatever, young adults. I don't know. They're all going to this house party. Their friend had just passed away, and the dad sets it all up and then buries him alive, and it gets really confusing as to of like how the Pandora's box gets incorporated with all of it. And then at the end of like, was there even Pinhead or was that a hallucination?
Transit's
Of like-
arranged.
Yeah, because it was it was just a movie that they bought a script to that was probably some other horror movie, and they're like, how can we put Hellraiser in the title so it sells better? That's all it was.
Something is lurking in those shadows, Ripley. Be careful.
Got multi-ball again?
Something's lurking in the shadows of my butt. Nothing good.
Outstanding performance. We are on our own. Transit's arranged.
Keep trying to get up that other side
Just
ramp,
keep
but I don't know
moving.
how to get there. Whoa! What is this? Select mission, first friend, healing Taylor, the lure, special order 90. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I ran out of time.
Try to lure that beast next to the airlock.
All right. I keep shooting the ramps. I got a couple of multi-balls. This is starting to feel like a game.
Right.
This is starting to feel like a
I'm here,
game.
you bastard.
Just sometimes you just suck at it, you know? Like sometimes pinball just be like that. Of like it's rough. It's rough going. I remember having some pretty good turns when I was in Florida at the Foo Fighters table. Nah, there's nothing I can do about that. That was a straight drain. But I feel better about this turn. I feel better about this one than I did my first go
I
around on
can't see it
this.
through the
'Cause
monitor. It's gone, Ripley.
Stay focused.
All right, let's go. Let's get this last ball going. Oh yeah.
Did you hear that?
Get this ramp. Get the jackpot. See, I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to get to sick bay.
Well, I also want to say for our viewers, make sure and tell everybody to come watch us. Your friends, your brother, your mother, your children.
Your sisters?
Yeah, the person you hate the most, that guy that stalked you in college. I
Don't
don't
tell
care.
him.
Yeah, everybody.
Sleep well.
Write letters to your senator about it.
Actually, do that. We're a big deal, and we need to be recognized at the kind of pinball trickery that we're doing here.
Something's changed
don't
with the
have
way
time
that
for this.
Twitch does their things, and so that causes a little bit of a weirdness in the last 2 streams.
8 million.
Just keep moving.
What? Oh, it's game over. Okay.
You have leveled up and upgraded.
Go, hit OK, hit the launch ball button. Hit it again.
It's like, which launch ball button?